Hey guys, it's Steve with Futures and Charts, and today we're looking, of course, at the crude oil market and the diesel market, which is the most important thing to us people that deal in fuel and farming and whatnot. Um, so diesel is up about 2.5 cents right now, and crude oil is up about 26 cents, and it was high, a little bit higher earlier. The diesel has been in this 2.5 to 2.75 cent range pretty much all morning. So let's have a look at the headlines here. It looks like WTI crude oil rallies on tariff shift and eyes key resistance. So they're talking about Trump's tariff maybe cutting back against some countries. I know they're not backing off on Venezuela at all, and they're even going to tariff more people who buy oil from them, is what it sounds like. So that part of it is a little stiffer, I guess, if you want to put it that way. So I guess the next thing is, of course, they were talking about eyes key resistance, and let's go have a look at the charts, and we'll just see what they're talking about.
Okay, so at the moment we're looking at the crude oil chart, and we're currently at about 68.30 or 69.30. Sorry about that. And I've drawn a trend line here, so we basically touched it 3 times, and on the third time it actually closed above the trend line. And of course today it's having a bit of a follow-through day. The wick did come down and test this on the bottom side here, so I kind of look for it to trade here until I believe that resistance that they were talking about in the article is that $70 range, that round number that can be resistance. Looking back, I would say, we've had a couple of tops back here at 70, and we bottomed out here at 70 at one point before we had a little bit of a rally. So 70 is kind of a big number. If it does break through 70, I would look for it to actually go all the way up to the 72 range, possibly even just a hair higher to retest this area here. So that's the crude oil. Let's look at the diesel. The diesel is kind of in a different. It's sort of the same, but it's not. It's got a ways to go before it hits the trend line up here. So it could go all the way up to, well, given enough time, probably around the 235 range. If crude keeps going, and it looks like it looks like it wants to. It's just that time of year where it seems like it wants to start creeping upward, at least through the month of April, and then sometimes we have a little pullback in May. So right now, if you're looking to buy it and you've been waiting to see if it would go down, I wouldn't count on that. I would go ahead and start calling your supplier and maybe possibly locking in some currently at the spot price, which is still fairly decent. It's actually catching up to the futures prices, so they're more in almost equilibrium right now. So that means you could possibly start looking at getting your futures locked in as well, because I think it's just going to continue to go up from here. So let's see. Next thing, we'll have a look at the dollar index. The dollar was trying to creep back up here, but now it's down 21 ticks. So this needs to refresh. It's what you're seeing probably isn't correct. It's at 104.52. So yeah, and I don't know. I just think the dollar, we're kind of creating a dome pattern here, which it could try to break out of, but we've tested back here to this level where it went actually a little bit below it, so we created a lower low, and it could start. This basically would be an inverse cup with a handle, and this handle could keep forming right here, going sideways, and then we'd have another drop down to around the dollar level. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. That would in turn mean that commodities would have support, because weaker dollar does support commodities. So Let's take a look at the wheat. And wheat is down 5 today. And let me refresh this here. Had this on a little bit earlier, so it's at 543.4. Had a nice little run up, but it kind of ran out of gas, but we do need to stay above this low here. We want to create a higher low so we can bounce off of that and have another move up. So definitely want wheat to move up from here. So, and the other thing I usually look at is the cattle market, and it has been, we were talking about here and creating this cup with a handle, and then this march up and creating a high up here at 290, and now it's having just a little bit of a pullback before it probably continues on its march. So we'll see what happens there. So anyway, let's have one more look at the energies. And right now, well, darn ads. Anyway, so we're up about 18 cents on crude and 2.5 on diesel. So nothing's changed much there on the diesel. It's just a little bit lower on crude, but it's still up for the day. So that's what I got for you. Thanks for watching Futures and Charts, and we'll see you in the next video.